Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. We have just finished destroying the last Kraken, but unfortunately not preventing the destruction of the first seal. So, 1 down, 2 to go for Zeke, I suppose. Savon sealed himself inside, and now all that's left is to leave. Got a little bit of a walk, so we may do a bit of editing here. I may have been better off just meeting you back at the entrance, but we do have to walk all the way back. So, it is going to be a little bit of a trek. Kind of wish they would just take me there first. Like, I don't know why I have to walk all the way back. Just teleport me, you know? Alright, so it looks like we've made it back, and we found Buckle. Remember, Buckle was the one with Miranda's trial. Tricked her into thinking she was dying. You're still annoying. Buckle and other creatures cannot live without Savon. Aw, Buckle. Poor guy. I feel worse for Buckle than I did for Savon. Because at least he could have saved himself, right? Alright, well, I think that's just like the halfway point. We still got all this to go through, so give me a minute. Alright, and back in the observation room. Decal's time is stopping. He can't roll anymore. Oh, look at that. He doesn't need the moon mirror anymore. That doesn't mean you had to destroy it, you know? You can store it somewhere, put it in a vault. And Zeke is in the lost city Zineb A Dose. Remember one of the other ancient magical cities we heard about? We connected the teleport device. Please keep rolling. Oh, I'll keep rolling for you, buddy. Aw. Feel bad for these guys. Yes, astute observation, Rose. Thank you. Indeed. Alright, so more teleporters, I think. This is the observation room. Are there more on the other end? Yes, there are! Alright, time for another magic cut. Alright, nearly 12 minutes into recording. And we've made it into this room. Oh no, is that Ruff? Oh, it's Ruff. Ruff has been here forever. Ruff only knows views and sound in here. Yep. Take him with us. There it is. One last time. It's Ruff. Sure is. What about you? Fewy? Yep, they did what they had to do. Alright, let's go. I think, are we done with teleporters finally? I think that's it. Alright, be right back. Alright, after 16 straight minutes, we are now back to the entrance of the magical city. So, we need to head over to this door. This is the door to the televice that Decal told us about. Forever rolling in our hearts, and we can go. So I do think it might be possible to go back out at that point by taking the teleporter back, but I'm not sure. The door's sealed behind us, so it may be the case that you can't, actually. So, we've got this little teleporter room. Looks similar to the one in Maru's Forest, but it's completely different because it can take us all the way to Zineb A Dose instantly. Unfortunately, we have no real reference point to where Zineb A Dose is in the world, but we kind of assume it's far away because Rouge is a bit out there. It's too depressing to be born just to do one thing, I guess so. Thinking about the existence of all those magic creatures Savon created. Now, don't start feeling sorry for the god of destruction, okay? It doesn't need your pity. Gotta protect the next Sigma Sphere. So unfortunately we failed here. We gave it our best shot, but Wasn't quite enough. Everybody get into Dart. And let's warp. Or quit. Let's just quit. I'm done. Let's go home. Let's warp to Zineb A Dose. Alright, so it looks like we are in fact going to be treated to the world map, and it's over here in Milsa. So just to give you that little bit of reference, like just so we know where we are. And we're over in Milsa, so up in the mountain area. So that's pretty cool. Alright, and we have arrived at the Lost City, Zineb A Dose. Let's take a look at this place. The second of the ancient cities. As you can see, pretty well up above everything. The clouds below us. It's a city where the legislation and administration of the world of the ancient Winglies were carried out. It's an austere place. Seems like a place I have a great interest, actually. But yeah, everything's kind of in ruins, so... Skipping through a little fast, maybe. Apologize for that. I have to sometimes take into account the fact that I read pretty quick. Oh, look at this thing. Warning, warning. Be advised. Zineb A Dose is under martial law. Leave the city at once. Can't do that. Yeah, Zineb A Dose is, of course, still alive. It shouldn't be. Invaded by humans. Take shelter in Cadessa. It's a little late for that, man. Yeah, it's not quite functioning correctly. Yeah, so these are all generated by magic as well. It's different from Buckle. Buckle specifically. There's no heart in it. It's like seeing now. Ouch. If only he could hear you for that massive burn. Whoop. Oh, hello. Weird flying stingray thing. Maybe? Is that what that is? I don't know. Its tail is too thick. Hello. It's Kulon. I'll be your wings. Talking about it in his last moments. Wings that can fly the skies will be given. Rose and people who are carrying the world. I wonder what kind of voice this thing would have, right? Well, Savon couldn't accomplish his objectives. He fulfilled his role at the expense of his life. Now everything's on you. Alright, so this guy is going to actually be able to take us back to the world. Pretty standard in JRPGs that towards the end of the game, or towards the later stages at least, you know, you get an airship basically that can take you places. We'll show how this works. Would you like to have wings? Yes, actually. I'm not going to actually go anywhere because there's nowhere I want to go right now. But we'll hop on here and just to sort of show you. Unfortunately, it's not as cool as some of like the Final Fantasy airship stuff can be. Basically, the way this works is we're treated to the map, and we can hit square, I think, to just maybe get off where we are. I'm not actually sure what that icon is. But as you can see, we sort of just get a list of all the places we can go. Mostly major cities: Fueno, Danao, Fletz, the Indel's Castle and Bale, commercial town of Lohan. We can't go back to Celis, unfortunately. I guess they don't have a dock for a flying stingray dude. So we can sort of go back around here if we need to go back to places. Otherwise, you know, it is a little bit limited, unfortunately. I kind of wish it was just like every location. Let's hit square and see what happens. I'm not actually sure. Okay, so it looks like it just takes us back where we were. So, I don't know, that seems a little unnecessary. You can just select your location from the map. But, alright. So there we are, that's the wings. You can head back wherever you want now. It's pretty convenient, actually. You know, it saves you from having to walk around on the world map a whole bunch. It does mean a lot of disc changing if you're going back to earlier towns, though. So let's get into Zineb A Dose. Zineb A Dose is 100% my favorite place in this game. It's nothing flashy, it's nothing super special, but the idea behind it and the stuff you can do in it is so freaking cool. So let's go ahead and talk to this dude first. We got a guide laptow here, not quite a laptop, just a laptow. So the law prohibits humans from going to the Signosphere, thus this flying disc cannot be used. So you notice he gives us a number here, Wingly Code Article 703. The law prohibits non-Winglies from going to the Signet Sphere. No magic powers. Ouch. Alright, so unfortunately we can't go there due to Article 703. It was in red, remember that number. Alright, so let's keep going here. We've got a save point if you need it. And some transport here. Under martial law, visitation allowed only to legislation center, law factory, and law launcher. Residential area? That's not quite how you spell residential, but close enough. You're malfunctioning, it's okay. Ooh, I love that little sound too. Yeah, so these guys aren't much for conversation. They're pretty much just legal robots. They kind of only understand the law. So we can decide the destination with this operation dude here. And we can go. I also like that everything is in caps. It doesn't have to be, but it's nice. All right, so we have the law factory, the law launcher, and the legislation center. As you may have guessed, these are all kind of steps in the Wingley law creation process. So let's stop by the legislation center first. And this is where we'll, I guess, debate our new law. Oop, a little disc comes into place there. And a little bit roundabout. We didn't quite need to go that much in circles. But now we're up here. Alright, so more teleporters, but fortunately this is much less complicated. Essentially, the gimmick with this is, as we step out onto this platform, that dude's gonna chase us. If he catches us, you can probably imagine bad stuff happens. But you're safe on these little teleporter sections, and also, like, in the doorway of those blue doors up there. So we can basically just go around, and, you know, go around this guy, and we can come back behind him here in order to get this treasure. We're safe on, but we can't carry more items, so it's not really that necessary. Stop by and go that way. So it's pretty easy to avoid these things. I will show what happens if you get caught because it's actually faster too on the way back. So let's check this out. Let's go over here. That was pretty close. Actually, it's a lot closer than I should have made it. And there we go. Grab the treasure, but it's just an item, so too bad. If I remember, there is a piece of equipment here that's not terrible that we may want to pick up. So this guy's a little bit different. You can see he's just standing there stationary. If we step out, he'll start moving and then move to a predetermined point. So we can just keep running here and he'll never come back out. Oh, maybe he will. I didn't think he went that far back. Okay, that was my bad. Well, this is what happens if you get caught. I didn't quite want to do it right now, but I guess this is where we're at. Are we arrested? Oh no, we've been booked. So we're thrown into this prison here. Seems they arrest people and send them here. There doesn't seem to be an exit, of course, because why would there just be an exit to a prison, right? Mary's going to survey the area. Yeah, wait a minute. There's somebody not here. Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm late. He just busts through the wall. Congo don't know. And then Rose says it's simple. He was too heavy to teleport. That explanation makes no sense. But thankfully Congo has busted down a wall and now we can escape. So that's what happens. It's going to send us back basically to the beginning area. There's some treasures around here we can get. It may be worth it. I don't know. Also notice we haven't really fought any battles. So we can acquire 200 gold here. And I think this disc will take us back where we want to go. And that dude there, I should have talked to him actually, but it's we'll be back later, so we can do it again then. All right, so now that we're back here again, we're at the flying disc station, and we can start over again. So it is a little unfortunate when you get caught. It's pretty easy not to. I was just tempting fate a little bit, so that was totally my own fault. And we can head back to the legislation center and get back to where we were. All right, so back to this guy. Just make him run away. And then go around the other side. Don't stick around for him to actually catch you, though. That was my mistake that we will not make again. And we're heading up. That was the last one, too, so, yeah, well, too bad. Alright, so here we are at the Legislation Center. You can see these guys are just sort of going about their business. So, punishment for the invasion of Magrad shall be enforced. Law production license is issued. Next deliberation. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Wingley Code Article 640, those who disturb order shall be ignored without exception, is applied. Form line for the service. So, yes, we actually have to stand in line behind these guys as they debate their laws. Not much debate. They're just kind of approving everything, it looks like. maybe a bit of a flaw in the system. All right, so next up, land repossession law. No objection. Thus, all land shall be repossessed from humans. Well, probably not gonna happen, but... Alright, so he's up. And notice the guy actually does file in behind us as well. Alright, so he leaves, and now we're next up, and we actually get our turn now. Service stand in the center. Hello. So is this a submission of a bill? No, we're not submitting anything new. We need to change something. So a revision of the law. Yes, this is what we're here for. So state the number of the article to be revised. So even we can change the law. It's revised if necessary. So we state the first digit. So now we get to pick which code we want to change. Of course, if you remember, getting to the Signet Sphere was 703, but we can change. There are 6 in total, I believe. Going to the Signet Sphere, you can even change having to stand in line here. Remember, he gave us that article code when we disrupted order. So we could put that article code in here, go through the process, and then no longer have to stand in line on this screen. It's great. A couple other things: you can disable shops, which you don't want to do. You can disable random encounters by article code 666. Oh man. But it only actually works after you've defeated the bosses of this place, so there's not really need to do it right now. So we're going to amend 70, and then the third digit was 3. We covered Article 703, the law prohibiting non-winglings from going to the Signet Sphere. So it's going to amend it, and it'll say the law does not prohibit non-winglings from going to the Signet Sphere, which is what we want. So he issues us a law production license. This all seems a little bit complicated, but it's pretty straightforward. He tells us to take this to the law factory, get our license, next deliberation, we're done. All right, so there we go. Legal processes, right? Always fun. I'm telling you, I love Zineb A Dose just for that fact. If it wasn't for the fact that you could change those other laws, I'm also going to get caught here because it is quicker to just go back than have to take all the teleporters because we can immediately leave, so there's no big deal. But just because you can change all of those other laws is the reason I love Zineb A Dose so much. If it was really only you just amend that one law and that's it, you know, then maybe it wouldn't be as interesting. Still interesting, but maybe not as, like, it wouldn't stick with me as much. So if we talk to this guy, he'll tell us, found people to which Wingly Article Code 659 applies. So we can go up there and amend Article 659, which means that those guards will no longer catch us and send us to jail. They will all be deactivated, and we can just walk around freely. So you can do all of that, but, you know, it basically just means you will be staying in this place twice as long, which is the reason I'm not really messing with any of it, because it's kind of a long process to get the entire law amended, as you'll see. But we got a fight here. You don't see many fights. That's another reason I like this place. Basically everything with guards around, there are no random encounters. So we've got some professors, as you may have guessed. These guys are going to be magic attacks and a sky chaser. I will just attack normally because I like getting the addition stuff up, and we may get to see them attack. So let's just go for it. Take that, Omni Sweep. And they're pretty weak anyway, so it's not like it's going to take super long. Charging spirits. Okay, so maybe we won't see the professor's attack, assuming this one's probably going to die. And you know, it is always possible to just use the Psych Bomb X immediately and pretty much win every random battle. So any battle that I just fight normally, it's completely arbitrary. I like doing it though, because it lets you get addition experience, which will make you stronger in the end. So, you know, it's really just a minor inconvenience. Makes things take slightly longer. If we can hit this thing, it makes things take slightly longer, but otherwise not a huge deal. Yeah, they can also stun, which is annoying. Thankfully it didn't happen on Haschel there, but it doesn't really matter that much. Can we hit this thing? Really? Punch it, Haschel. Haschel! What? Okay, this... If we miss again, I'm just gonna use the Psych Bomb on it. Okay, there we go. She's kind of the one I wanted to level up her edition anyway, so I guess it all works out in the end. And like I said, one of the laws that you can amend is Article 666, which will get rid of encounters. But it does not actually take effect, if I remember, or you can't change it maybe until you defeat the bosses of this place and are basically done. So I guess that's there if you just want to like play around with the laws or something. Alright, so this is basically just kind of a shortcut to get back to the main area. So we've been issued a license, and it told us to take this to the Law Factory, so that's what we're going to do. Whoop. I don't know why it takes it's a curvy path. Alright, so here we've got a yellow dude here. Wingley amended code article 339, usage by non-Wingleys of shops is not prohibited. And again, as I mentioned before, you can go amend Article 339 and it will change it to usage by non-Wingleys is prohibited. So you can actually just turn off the shops. A completely useless thing that you do not want to do. But which shop is used? Let's use the weapon shop. Don't really care about items that much. We're full up anyway. Alright, so he's got a great axe. We've got money. Why not? New sword for Rose. Why not? Alright, so we've also got some Dragoon armor, which is going to help us quite a bit here. Only 4 of them for some reason, though. Unfortunately, it looks like Hashel is not going to get him. But let's go ahead and just give him new armor. It's more defense, so, you know, it's a good idea, too. Let's just buy it for everyone. I've got the money. I don't have anything else super important to spend it on. Alright, and then just some other random accessories that we don't really need. If I ever need money, I have a bunch of stuff I could sell, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Let's just check out the item shop. We'll see what they have. So pretty much the standard stuff, healing fogs, healing breezes. This is the kind of stuff that you'll see at basically every item shop in the game. Charm potion to reduce encounter risks. None of the stuff is important, so we'll just leave. You also notice there's this little thing here. Wingley amended code article 339. So this is interesting because it means that this has actually been amended already. So you can sort of undo the amendment, I guess, which it makes you wonder, like, who amended this? Was this just a thing that one of these random robots brought up? Because that'd be interesting. Alright, on our way to the Law Factory, we've got another one of these sections. It's pretty much just as straightforward. That chest can actually be tough to get to. You've got to make sure he's about as far away as you can get. No, that's not going to work. A little bit more. There we go. That was about as close as it can be. Nope, that's also not going to. So he does have to be on this side. That may do it. Yep, there we go. We can't get more items, so it was a total waste. And now I also don't remember which teleporter we came in on. I guess we'll find out. Thankfully, like I said, there are no random battles. Alright, so this one is... We need to let him go by. Gonna run away. There we go. And simple enough, but I do believe there's a chest on the other end there. Because I think there is one piece of equipment that's decent. And get in there. There we go. Okay, here we go. This might be it. Yeah, the rainbow dress. I don't know if this is better or worse than the Dragoon armor that we just bought, but I guess we can see. I do believe it is an actual dress and not like combat dress like he had before. So let's see. Meru is probably going to be the only one this applies to, for me at least. Yeah, it is actually better. Okay, so we kind of wasted a little bit of money on that blue Dragoon armor, but well, no big deal. Also, the pretty hammer that we picked up before, it's way worse. Gives twice as much SP, but not powerful, so why would we ever use it? SP has never really been a concern before. Alright, let's figure out the best way to get up there. Probably bring him over here. And no, that's not really going to work. Maybe this way? There we go. I think we do that. And that'll probably be the best way. Alright, off we go. So we finished our approach to the Law Factory. Alright, so, hey, I'm here. I waited in line. Do I have to talk to this guy? There we go. Submit law production license. And this should be it. So launching of the law is required for the enforcement. And now he gives us a law launching license. When the process is completed, step back. You're hindering fulfillment of the quota. plate shall be brought to the Legislation Center. Alright. So now we have the launcher license, which means it can now be put into effect. So this is just sort of an intermediary step that isn't really that important. Let's just get caught again so we can get teleported back. Give Kongol a break. Break Kongol off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Alright, and back up again. So if you kind of play this right, this is really the only screen in which you could ever possibly have random encounters. Which, again, is another reason I really like this place, because it keeps things moving, you know? For all the crap you have to do here, it's nice to be able to do it fairly quickly without having to worry about battles. Alright, so last stop is the Law Launcher. And we head to our final section. You can probably guess what's going to await us here. Indeed, more guards. So this one's a little bit more interesting, I think, because it's kind of, they've got multiple doors. If you take the bottom one here, it'll take you out the top one on the same side, and that'll let us sort of go across. This one's a little bit more complicated, which I like. It keeps things a little bit more interesting, but it's still relatively simple to get by without ever getting caught. Alright, give me that. Money, probably a spirit cloak. Interesting. See what that is. I think it's just an accessory and maybe gives you more SP or something. See, look at all this stuff I can sell. Increase escape rate from magical attack by 20 points. So I can bring that up to 70% from our legend cask as well, but let's not worry about that. I don't think that's necessary. Alright. Then we'll go up here. We'll head around here. They probably should have put more than one guard in this place. Alright, so can't get anything there. Whoop. And off we go. Pretty simple, pretty quick. And this is going to be our last step in the legislative process. We're at the flying disc station in front of the launcher, so I guess we have to get on the disc. Wait your turn, wait for your turn. Yeah, if there's another dude there waiting to go, then you actually have to sit there and wait for your turn as well. I love it, it's consistent. Submit law launching license. Okay, everyone's waiting. Just give me a minute. This is like when you're in line at a grocery store and you're like fumbling for getting your cash out of your wallet. Like everyone's waiting on me. Alright, so we've got our license here. The law will be enforced when the process is completed. Step back. You're hindering fulfillment of the quota. Alright, so there goes our law. It was launched off into the distance there. And we take a nice roundabout path. Follow all traffic laws. And we're back, and this guy's still waiting for his turn, and we can go. Okay, so that pretty much completes the legislative process. We have now brought up a revision to the law. We have got permission to enforce it, and then commenced the enforcement. And now it is in effect. So, assuming everything worked, we should now have access to the Signet Sphere. Go back to the prison again. Kongol still never got his Kit Kat bar. Let's leave. Alright, now if we can get away without fighting, that'd be nice. Looks like we did. And back we go, and then we should have access to the Signet Sphere. However, I believe we are going to leave it right here for the time being. Try not to move too much more so we don't have to fight again. So that's been Zineb A Dose. Again, I like it a lot, basically just because you can amend all those random silly laws that there's no real need to. But it's fun that there's a possibility to do it. Of course, as you can see, the whole process takes a little while, so whether or not it's actually worth it just to like not have to stand in line, for example, it's not worth it, but I like being able to do it, so. Well, we're about to say goodbye to Zineb A Dose because we're going to be leaving for the Signet Sphere pretty soon, but that will be next time. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.